He saves it, and Denny clears it out to the side of the field, where it goes to James Milligan, and his kick is blocked by Mick Morris, and Mick sends Kerry into the attack again. Up they go for the ball. Pat Griffin coming down with it, trying to work his way through now. His way is half blocked. The referee penalises Tom O'Hare, and there is a free in for Kerry, dead straight in front of the goal and about 25 yards out from it. Mick O'Dwyer to take the kick. I don't believe it, but it's true. He sent it wide. He's looking disgusted, and I'm sure he's not the only Kerry man that's disgusted in Croke Park at the moment. Dead straight in front of the goal. The most unlike Mick O'Dwyer shot you could imagine, and it went wide. 2-9 to 7 points down the leaders. Dan McCartan, a long kick out to the centre of the field. Pat Griffin is in there. Mick O'Connell with the ball now is swung around a bit, and there is a free for Kerry. Mick O'Connell to take it. The crowd expecting Mick to come out of his proverbial shell. And it's blocked down by James Milligan. James Milligan to Colin McIllarney. Colin McIllarney out to the side of the field where Peter Rooney's come way down to the halfway line. He sends the ball right through the centre. Mick Morris coming across, draws on it, and sends it away up this side of the field, where the ball goes to Colin McIllarney, who's having the game of his life for down. He sends it up the field to where Ray McConville gets it. Ray McConville up the field. Paul O'Donoghue taps it back to Seamus Fitzgerald, who doesn't quite hold on to it. Gets the second bite of the cherry, as it were, and then up comes the ball to Tony O'Sullivan. Tony's beaten by Michael Cole. Michael Cole in towards the goal, where Paul O'Donoghue clears it out down to Mick O'Connell. Mick O'Connell with it now on the halfway line, chipping it a lovely pass into the centre to Mick Fleming. Mick Fleming trying to get past Tom O'Hare, succeeds, and then sends the ball way up the field where Brendan Sloan gets it. Brendan Sloan back to Tom O'Hare. Tom O'Hare left-footed way up the centre. Mick Morris goes for it, gets it. Clears it way down the field for Kerry. DJ Crowley comes out and completely misjudges it, but Tom Prendergast has got it. He's on the 14. Dan McCartan is out from the referee, has blown his whistle. Well, DJ Crowley completely misjudged that ball, went in over his head, but Tom Prendergast very quickly grabbing it, but he was grabbed just as quickly, and there's a free in, Brendan Lynch to take it. And Brendan sends it over the bar for a point for Kerry to make it 2-9 to 8 points. Brendan Lynch, who scored so many of the points for Kerry in the Munster Championship and also in the All-Ireland semi-final against Down, against Longford, not anything like as score getting today as he was then, the getter of that one, making the score 2-9 to 8 points. Dan McCartan to take the kick. A shortish one, it comes to Pat Griffin. Pat Griffin with the ball now. He's on the 21-yard line, steadying himself, sends it high, and it's another point for Kerry. Pat Griffin, the captain, getting that one for a moment, thinking he might work through for a goal, then deciding that there's plenty of time yet, with 12 minutes gone in the second half, and sending it over the bar. 2-9 to 9 points, 2 goals between them. The Kerry crowd beginning to get behind that Kerry team to get them to wake up and do something about that scoreboard. And Dan McCartan taking the kick out now for Down. Into the centre of the field. Got there by James Milligan. Across into the centre to Tom O'Hare. Tom O'Hare right through the far wing. Seamus Murphy gone up for it, getting it. Michael Cole gone top of the left. John Purdy come out right half forward. The ball going in towards the 50-yard line. Willie Doyle with it now, and Doyle clearing the ball out for Down to the far side of the field. It's got by Sean O'Neill. 50 yards out, 40 yards out, far side of the field. A pass across into the centre to Michael Cole. Michael is shot, and it has gone wide. 2-9 to 9 points. Down leading. Kerry playing with the wind and trying to do something about this 2-goal deficit. Paul O'Donoghue's kick out to Mick O'Connell in the centre of the field. Mick goes 70 yards from his own goal. A high ball up along the left wing. Comes to Larry Powell. Larry Powell with it now. Tackled and beaten and fouled by DJ Crowley, and there is a free out. Referee penalising Crowley, apparently for pushing in the back, it would appear. And a free out to be taken by Larry Powell. Not a very long one. Mick Fleming gets it for Kerry, and from 70 yards out from the down goal, he sends it away up the field. Dan McCartan and DJ Crowley trying to get to it, and it has gone past them both and has gone wide. 2-9 to 9 points, down leading. Pat Griffin, the captain of the Kerry team, number 11, waiting there anxiously to see if the ball going to come his way. Colin McAlarney not too far away from him. Kick out by Dan McCartan to the far side. Brought down out there on the far side by Brendan Lynch. Brendan Lynch working his way through now. And from less than 50 yards out sends a high shot that has gone wide. And the score remains down 2-9. Kerry 9 points. Certainly Kerry trying. Brendan Lynch there trying to do something about it. This youngster, or this is Eamon O'Donoghue. It was Brendan Lynch a moment ago. This is Eamon O'Donoghue, the brother of Paud, who's full back for the Kerry team, and they're trying for all their worth, but they just can't wear down this down defence. And when they do, well, the shooting isn't the best. Mick Fleming to Mick O'Connell. Mick O'Connell less than 50 yards out now, setting a dummy. And a shot that's gone right over the bar for a point for Mick O'Connell, and there is a well-taken point by Mick himself. Mick O'Connell, number 8, out in the centre of the field there, and quite honestly, hasn't been as much of the game as had been anticipated, but I think there's another replacement on the down team. We'll sort that one in a moment, but Mick certainly showing himself there. From the kick out, the ball comes now to Pat Griffin. Pat Griffin about 60 yards out from the down goal. And a little bit of argy-bargy there for a moment as Pat is fouled, and there is a free for Kerry about 60 yards out from the down goal. And it'll be taken by Mick O'Connell. The score after just 15 minutes of the second half, 2-9 to 10 points in favour of Down. And Mick O'Connell's kick drops way, it's gone too far. Eamon O'Donoghue tries to get his hand to it, and the umpire signals that it is a 50. I think there are a few people surprised down there, but it must have gone off the boot of one of the defenders there. Dan McCartan obviously doesn't agree, but the umpire was right there on the spot, and he saw what happened. 50 for Kerry, to be taken by Mick O'Connell. The Kerry men all moving up the field now. Slightly to the left, it's brought down by Pat Griffin. Pat Griffin trying to get room to swing his leg. He succeeds in swinging his leg. He drops the ball into the goal mouth. It's fisted out over the end line, and it's another 50. As I say, Kerry are pressing and pressing. The score down 2-9. Kerry 10 points, 15 points to 10. And this time it's Donny O'Sullivan who's going to take the 50. Donny's kick way out to the left. It's brought down and about to be cleared out to the side of the field by Ray McConville. Ray McConville is Sean O'Neill, who's 50 yards to his own goal, now on the halfway line, getting inside Donny O'Sullivan. Donny is still after him. Donny half intercepts an intended pass to John Purdy. Coming out now is Seamus Fitzgerald. He gets the ball for Kerry, up along the left wing, where it goes to Ray McConville. Ray McConville tipping it in where there's a selection of Down men. One of them is Larry Powell, and Larry sends this ball way up the field. Paddy Doherty full forward now for Down, as Mick Morris tries to get out past 3 men. The referee penalises Down, and there is a free out for holding, a free out to Kerry. Out it comes, and brought down by Eamon O'Donoghue on the halfway line. Eamon trying to get up the field. John Purdy is after him, and John Purdy tried to pass it out to the wing, but who gets it but Mick O'Connell. Mick now tipping it on the ground across into the centre to Pat Griffin. Pat Griffin trying to hold his feet as he grabs that ball and sends it high and sends it over the bar for another point for Kerry. Pat Griffin, the scorer of that one. 18 minutes gone, and now the scoreboard says 15 points to 11, and the crowd beginning to sense that maybe we're going to have a grandstand finish. 2-9 to 11 points. Listen to that crowd beginning to rise. Dan McCartan with the kick out. Sean O'Neill at centre half, forward for the down man. Out comes the ball into the centre. Mick Fleming robbed, and the ball goes to Colin McAlarney. Up it comes now to Paddy Doherty. Paddy Doherty twisting it into Peter Rooney. Rooney in front of the goal, a shot and a point. Oh, a lovely passing movement there. Paddy Doherty to Peter Rooney. Peter, I think, intended it for a goal, but a point is better than nothing, as they say. Half a loaf better than no bread. He sent that one over the bar to stretch the lead to 5 points again. 2-10 to 11 points, and we make it 19 minutes gone in the second half. From the kick out, the ball got by John Murphy, who's back on the half-back line now. His kick half blocked down. The ball comes into the centre. Colin McAlarney up to Paddy Doherty. And Peter Rooney gone inside to wait for the ball. And it's Paddy Doherty hopping it in towards Johnny Cullity in the goal. Johnny clears it out to Tony O'Sullivan. And Tony with the ball away high down the field. Pat Griffin feeling it very well. And the referee penalising his opposite number for holding and pulling there, and there is a free in for Kerry right in front of the goal, 51 yards out. Mick O'Connell to take it. And it's not a very high one. It goes to Tom O'Hare. Tom O'Hare to Colin McAlarney, and Colin standing all alone, tipping it in now to the centre to James Milligan, and Milligan tackled high in the air there by Mick Fleming. The ball going hither and thither, and the eventual hither is Sean O'Neill, intended for John Purdy, intercepted by Mick Morris, who is held by Colin McAlarney, and there's a free for Kerry on the halfway line. Tony O'Sullivan to take it. 2-10 to 11 points. 16 points to 11. A high ball well in towards the goal mouth. And it comes out to Eamon O'Donoghue on the 21. He's trying to get through. He's held, and there is a free in for Kerry as Eamon O'Donoghue was held by Tom O'Hare. And Eamon just, well, flung the ball at Tom, who seems to be suffering from a slightly ailing right ear at the moment. Free in for Kerry, dead straight in front of the goal. And the taker of this, I think, is going to be Mick O'Dwyer. Mick has been reinstated as kicker. Tom O'Hare's ear is all right. And here we go now with this free, which he sends high, and he sends over the bar, narrowing the gap still further. Our stopwatch says 9 minutes left in this game. The scoreboard says down 2 goals and 10 points. Kerry 12 points. That's 16 points to 12. Kerry favoured with the wind in this concluding stages of the second half. The sun is out again, shining into the eyes of the down defenders and the Kerry attack, so much so that Danny Kelly in the goal has donned a tennis cap or something of that ilk. From the kick out, it's Mick Fleming for Kerry with the ball in the centre of the field. Out to this side of the field to Eamon O'Donoghue. Can't quite hold on to it. Ray McConville is after him. Nipping in is Brendan Lynch. Brendan takes a shot. That's high. It's curled to the left. And it is now great effort there by Tom Prendergast to keep it in play, but it has gone wide. I see George Glynn coming into the game on the far side for down, and Larry Powell going off. It's George Glynn just reporting to the referee now in the centre. Number 18, George Glynn, the Galway man. And Dan McCartan takes the kick out, and the ball comes to Mick Fleming. Mick Fleming of Kerry into the centre. DJ Crowley with it now on the 21-yard line. On the 14, he's got in past Dan McCartan. He's still got that ball, tipping it back to Brendan Lynch. It's now outside the 21. He takes a shot, and it's gone wide. If wides were scores, Kerry men would be happy. The score, 2-10 to 12 points, down leading by 16 points to 12. Stopwatch says 7.5 minutes left in the game. Paul O'Donoghue is the only Kerry man within 50 yards of the Kerry goal. That's excluding, of course, the goalkeeper. A shortish kick out, Colin McAlarney down towards George Glynn. Sean O'Neill out there in the centre of the field, sending it way up the field. Seamus Murphy going back for it. Gets it. It's being tackled. Paddy Doherty and around him over there. And eventually he's robbed by Mickey Cole going up the far wing now. John Purdy with the ball, and John trying to get inside. Pat O'Donoghue is after him. John still trying to get in, get it back to Mickey Cole, to Sean O'Neill. Mickey Cole it is. Mickey is shot and it's gone wide. And a free, or not a free, but a kick out now for Kerry. Some of the down players appealing that it should have been a free there. Johnny Cullity, a short kick to Dennis O'Sullivan on the far side. Dennis 40 yards from his own goal. A long ball way up the field, and it hops into the waiting, well-placed Tom Prendergast into Pat Griffin. Pat Griffin on the 21, cutting inside on the 14, takes a shot, it's low, it's hard, and it's blocked down by Brendan Sloan back there. And George Flynn, or John McCartan it is, John McCartan out to John Murphy, and he's going up along the far wing, and up comes that ball, far side of the field, and it's John Murphy with a good shot way up the field, intercepted by Seamus Murphy. Seamus Murphy up now where Tom Prendergast is collared, and he is well and truly pushed in the back by Willie Doyle, and there's a free in for Kerry. 2-10 to 12 points, down leading by 4 points. 6 minutes left in the game. Mick O'Connell, the kicker of this one, up towards the end line, kept in play by DJ Crowley. Dan McCartan is there for down. Dan is pushed as he's about to kick the ball, sends it a short one to John Murphy, and John drop kicking it up the field, where it goes to George Flynn. George Flynn with the ball now, a left-footed shot way away up the field. Paddy Doherty going back for it. Paddy's got it now, 30 yards out, and Paddy's on the 21. Peter Rudy's inside him, and Paddy is held. Paddy is held. Free for down. Paddy Doherty held as he was going through there. And Paddy getting ready to take this kick. And it's over the bar, another point. Paddy Doherty comes up from Paddy Doherty as he comes out after that shot. And that makes the score down to 11. Kerry 12 points. That is 17 points to 12. And the stopwatch says 5 minutes left in the All-Ireland final of 1968. Paul O'Donoghue's kick out is a long one way down the field. John Murphy gets it. John Murphy sidestepping Mick O'Connell there and sending the ball up to Paddy Doherty. Paddy Doherty with it now out to the left, and Mickey Cole has got it. He's been tackled by Seamus Murphy. They're tussling for it. Seamus Murphy's got it. John Purdy is after him. Down towards Dennis O'Sullivan. Dennis can't quite reach high enough, and it's Sean O'Neill with the ball now. Intended pass over to the far wing. It goes to Peter Rooney. Peter takes a shot, and it is another point. Another point for down. Peter Rooney, the lad from Warren Point, the lad from St. Coleman's, the scorer, and that makes the score now 2-12 to 12 points. Pat Moynihan is in the game for Kerry now. From the kick out, the ball comes to Sean O'Neill, and Sean is held, and there is a free for down about 60 yards out from the Kerry goal. Pat Moynihan is in the game. DJ Crowley has moved out the field. Mick O'Connell is now full forward for Kerry. Exactly who's gone off, I'm not sure at the moment. We'll follow the play. Tom O'Hare, a short pass to John Purdy. John Purdy with the ball now. He sends it high. It's going to the left. It's gone to the left. It's wide. There's coming way out now. I'm just looking to see who's gone off. Tom Prendergast is going. No, he's not. He is. He's gone off on the far side. From the kick out, Seamus Murphy with the ball to DJ Crowley. DJ Crowley on the halfway line. He's 70 yards out now. He's 60, he's 50, and he intends a pass to Pat Griffin. It doesn't quite get to him the first time. It does the second. Pat under pressure. Mick O'Connell racing out for the ball now. Inside 10 yards. Up here on the left. Pushed in the back, and there is a free for Kerry, which Mick is only too glad to take 10 yards out, but he's been signalled that it's on the 14-yard line, of course. Very near the corner flag up on our left. Mick O'Connell low into the centre. Ball in front of the goal. Crowley takes a shot, and it's over the bar for a point. DJ Crowley a point. 2 minutes left in the game, and it does certainly look as if this extraordinary record of Down, who have played in 3 All-Ireland finals now, it looks as if they've won all three of them. 2 minutes left in the game.